In a world where history often feels distant and untouchable, imagine stumbling upon an ancient city whose stories are so bizarre they blur the line between fact and fiction. Picture this, a bustling port city in North Africa, once a beacon of wealth and power, now reduced to ruins, but not just any ruins. These remnants whisper secrets of gods, curses, and treasures lost to time. What if I told you that Carthage, the legendary rival of Rome, was home to myths so strange they challenge everything we think we know about the ancient world? Today, we're diving into 25 myths of Carthage that are too strange to ignore. From cursed temples and talking statues to ghost fleets and immortal warriors, these tales shaped ancient history and continue to captivate modern imaginations. By the end of this video, you'll uncover why these myths still resonate today and how they might hold clues to understanding one of history's most enigmatic civilizations. So stick around, because what you're about to discover could change the way you see not just Carthage, but all of human history. Let's start our journey with the very foundation of Carthage itself, the story behind its name. According to ancient Phoenician legends, the city's origins are steeped in mythology and carry profound cultural meaning. The word Carthage is believed to derive from the Phoenician term Kart, letter 1e2, 5 aspirational, which translates roughly to new city. But there's more to this than just a simple translation. In the context of Phoenician tradition, naming a place as the new city wasn't merely descriptive, it was aspirational. It signified a fresh beginning, a beacon of hope, and an ambitious vision for expansion and prosperity. Now here's where things get fascinating. Some scholars suggest that the name also carried religious undertones. The suffix letter 1, e2, 5 aspirational might have been linked to Astarte, a prominent goddess in Phoenician mythology associated with fertility, war, and renewal. This connection would mean that Carthage wasn't just any settlement. It was divinely inspired, built under the protection of powerful deities who guided its rise to prominence. Imagine standing on the shores of North Africa thousands of years ago, watching this burgeoning metropolis take shape. To the people of the time, calling it the new city wasn't just about geography or politics, it was a declaration of destiny. And indeed, Carthage went on to fulfill much of that promise, becoming one of the most influential cities of the ancient world. But why does this matter today? Understanding the origin of Carthage's name gives us insight into the mindset of its founders, a blend of pragmatism and spirituality that defined their culture. As we move forward, keep this duality in mind, because it will resurface again and again in the myths we explore next. Speaking of which, let's now turn our attention to another captivating tale, the tragic yet unforgettable story of Queen Dido's sacrifice. Shifting our focus from the origins of Carthage's name, we now encounter one of its most legendary figures, Queen Dido. Her story is a tragic masterpiece that transcends time and culture, immortalized in Roman literature through Virgil's epic poem, the Aeneid. But who was Queen Dido, and why did her sacrifice become such an enduring symbol? According to legend, Dido was a Tyrian princess forced into exile after her brother assassinated her husband. She fled with a group of loyal followers and eventually founded Carthage on the shores of North Africa. With determination and ingenuity, she secured land for her new city by famously purchasing as much territory as could be covered by an ox hide. Cleverly cutting the hide into thin strips, she maximized the area, showcasing both her resourcefulness and leadership. However, fate had other plans. Enter Aeneas, a Trojan hero destined to found Rome. When he washed ashore near Carthage during his travels, he and Dido fell deeply in love. For a brief period, their union seemed harmonious, a tale of two leaders finding solace in each other's company. Yet Aeneas's divine mission called him away, tearing them apart. Heartbroken and betrayed, Dido constructed a pyre under the pretense of performing a ritual to forget her sorrow. Instead, she ascended it herself, taking her own life in an act of defiance against destiny. This dramatic narrative became central to Roman identity, thanks largely to Virgil's retelling. In the Aeneid, Dido's despair serves as a poignant backdrop to Aeneas's heroic journey, highlighting the tension between personal desire and duty. Her sacrifice underscores themes of loyalty, passion, and loss resonating across generations. But what does this myth reveal about ancient perspectives? To the Romans, Dido represented both admiration and caution, a Chinese letter, a G-R-I-N-S-T, letting emotion cloud purpose. Meanwhile, for Carthaginians, she embodied strength and resilience, embodying the spirit of their nascent city. Whether viewed through tragedy or triumph, Queen Dido remains a powerful figure whose legacy continues to captivate us today. As we delve deeper into these myths, let's consider how stories like hers shaped not only historical narratives but also cultural identities. Next, we'll explore another extraordinary tale, Hannibal's famed elephants and the myths surrounding them. Turning our attention now to one of the most iconic military campaigns in history, let us delve into the fascinating myths surrounding Hannibal's elephants during the Second Punic War. These majestic creatures have become almost synonymous with Hannibal's daring crossing of the Alps, a feat that continues to captivate historians and enthusiasts alike. But how much of this story is rooted in reality, and where do the myths diverge from fact? Hannibal Barca, the brilliant Carthaginian general, famously led an army across the treacherous Alps into Italy, striking fear into the heart of Rome itself. Central to his strategy were the war elephants, powerful beasts that symbolized both his audacity and resourcefulness. Popular imagination often paints these elephants as invincible giants capable of trampling entire legions underfoot. Yet, historical records suggest otherwise. Of the 37 elephants Hannibal brought on his perilous journey, only a fraction survived the harsh conditions of the mountain passes. This stark reality underscores the immense challenges faced by Hannibal's forces. One widespread misconception revolves around the species of elephants used in the campaign. Many believe they were African forest elephants, known for their smaller size compared to their savanna counterparts. Recent scholarship, however, leans toward the possibility that Hannibal employed Asian elephants, which were more docile and easier to train. Regardless of their origin, the mere presence of these animals in such a hostile environment speaks volumes about Hannibal's ingenuity and determination. Beyond their practical role in battle, the elephants also served as psychological weapons. Their sheer size and unfamiliarity struck terror into Roman ranks, sowing chaos and confusion among enemy forces. However, over time, this aspect of their contribution has been exaggerated in myth, leading some to believe they single-handedly turned the tide of battles, a claim unsupported by evidence. In truth, while effective, the elephants were but one element in Hannibal's carefully orchestrated strategies. What does this reveal about ancient warfare and its legends? The myths surrounding Hannibal's elephants highlight humanity's tendency to romanticize and amplify extraordinary events, turning them into enduring symbols of greatness. They remind us of the fine line between history and legend, challenging us to separate fact from fiction even as we marvel at the accomplishments of those who shaped our world. With this understanding, we move forward to uncover yet another strange tale tied to Carthage, the supposed curse placed upon its ruins after its destruction by Rome. The Curse of Carthage, unraveling an ancient mystery transitioning now from the legendary exploits of Hannibal's elephants. Let us delve into a tale shrouded in mystery and superstition. The supposed curse placed upon Carthage after its devastating defeat by Rome. This myth has persisted through centuries, sparking both fascination and skepticism among historians and archaeologists alike. But what lies behind this eerie belief? Was there indeed a supernatural element to Carthage's annihilation, or is it merely a product of human imagination seeking to make sense of tragedy? After the Third Punic War, Rome left no stone unturned in ensuring Carthage would never rise again. The city was systematically razed to the ground, its people enslaved, and its lands cursed, literally salted to prevent future cultivation. While some view these actions as purely symbolic gestures of Roman dominance, others argue they carried deeper implications. Could the so-called curse have been more than just metaphorical retribution? Archaeological evidence suggests intriguing possibilities. Excavations at Carthage have uncovered artifacts hinting at rituals intended to ward off evil spirits or invoke divine protection. These include inscriptions invoking gods like Baal and Tanit, who were central figures in Carthaginian religion. Such discoveries lend credence to the idea that Carthaginians themselves believed in curses and spiritual warfare. Furthermore, accounts from ancient writers describe strange phenomena occurring near Carthage long after its fall: unexplained fires, eerie silences, and even reports of ghostly apparitions haunting the ruins. However, modern interpretations suggest practical explanations for these occurrences. For instance, spontaneous combustion caused by decaying organic matter might explain mysterious fires, while geological activity could account for unsettling vibrations felt in the area. Yet, despite rational analyses, the allure of the curse remains strong, reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with the supernatural. This enigmatic aspect of Carthaginian history invites us to ponder how myths can transform historical events into timeless legends. As we explore further, another remarkable story awaits, one involving a mythical fountain said to grant eternal youth. Stay tuned as we uncover yet another layer of Carthage's rich tapestry of mysteries. The Fountain of Eternal Youth, a myth rooted in Carthaginian lore moving from the chilling tale of curses. Let us now journey to a more enchanting corner of Carthage's mythology, the legend of the Fountain of Eternal Youth. This captivating story has been passed down through generations, blending ancient texts with local folklore to create an enduring narrative about humanity's quest for immortality. According to tradition, nestled somewhere near the ruins of Carthage lay a hidden spring whose waters possessed miraculous properties. Those who drank from it were said to gain eternal vitality, their bodies renewed and their spirits invigorated. While no concrete evidence exists to pinpoint its exact location, references to such a fountain appear in both Greek and Roman accounts, suggesting that the idea resonated widely across cultures during antiquity. One notable source is the work of Plutarch, who alluded to a life-restoring well located in North Africa, though he did not explicitly tie it to Carthage itself. However, local Carthaginian legends expanded upon this concept, attributing the fountain's existence to divine intervention by Tanit, the patron goddess of fertility and life. It was believed she had bestowed this gift upon her people as a symbol of hope and resilience amidst the challenges they faced. Interestingly, the myth also reflects broader themes prevalent in ancient societies concerning the pursuit of longevity. Similar stories exist in other civilizations, including the Greek myth of Tantalus and the Indian epic tales of Amrita, the nectar of immortality. These parallels underscore a universal human desire to transcend mortality, a theme that continues to fascinate audiences today. Modern explorers and historians have attempted to locate the mythical fountain based on clues left behind in historical records and archaeological findings. Some suggest that natural mineral springs found in Tunisia may hold remnants of what inspired the legend. Others propose that the story serves as a metaphor for the cultural richness and enduring legacy of Carthage itself, an entity whose influence persists despite its physical destruction. As we ponder the allure of eternal youth, one cannot help but marvel at how myths like these shape our understanding of history and humanity's deepest aspirations. But the story does not end here. Next, we will uncover the enigma of hidden treasures buried beneath the sands of time. From the allure of eternal youth, we now turn to a tale shrouded in mystery and intrigue, the legend of the hidden treasure of Hasdrubal. As Carthage faced its inevitable downfall at the hands of Rome, stories emerged of vast riches concealed by one of its most prominent figures, Hasdrubal, the last commander of Carthaginian forces. These treasures, it is said, were buried deep within the sands of North Africa as a final act of defiance against the impending conquest. Historical records hint at the existence of such a fortune. Polybius, a Greek historian who chronicled the events surrounding the fall of Carthage, mentions that Hasdrubal ordered his men to safeguard valuable artifacts and gold before the city's destruction. Though his accounts lack precise details, they fuel speculation about the treasure's nature and location. Some scholars believe these riches included not only precious metals but also sacred relics significant to Carthaginian culture, representing both wealth and heritage. Treasure hunters throughout history have been captivated by this myth, leading to numerous expeditions across Tunisia and beyond. One notable account comes from the 19th century when an Italian explorer claimed to have discovered remnants of ancient vaults near modern-day Carthage. However, his findings remain unverified, leaving skeptics questioning whether the story is rooted more in imagination than fact. Yet, the persistence of this legend reflects broader themes in human history: the preservation of identity amidst adversity, and the enduring fascination with lost civilizations. Whether real or mythical, the tale of Hasdrubal's treasure serves as a reminder of Carthage's once great power and the lengths its people went to protect their legacy. Next, we delve into the realm of sea monsters and maritime mysteries, exploring tales that haunt the waters once ruled by Carthage's formidable navy. Venturing now into the uncharted waters of maritime folklore, let us explore two captivating tales of sea monsters that have long fascinated scholars and storytellers alike. These legends, passed down through generations, reveal much about the fears and beliefs of Carthaginian sailors as they braved the vast and unpredictable Mediterranean Sea. The first tale speaks of a colossal creature known as the Kraken of Cyrene. According to ancient accounts, this monstrous beast would rise from the depths to attack unsuspecting ships, wrapping its tentacles around their hulls and dragging them beneath the waves. While modern science suggests these stories may have been inspired by sightings of giant squid, the myth served a deeper purpose for Carthaginian mariners. It embodied their fear of the unknown dangers lurking in the open ocean, reminding them of nature's overwhelming power and humanity's fragility in comparison. Equally intriguing is the second legend, which centers on the Siren Shoals, a treacherous stretch of reefs said to be haunted by enchanting beings who lured sailors to their doom with mesmerizing songs. In Carthaginian tradition, these sirens were not merely seductive figures but guardians of sacred knowledge hidden beneath the sea. Sailors who survived encounters with the sirens often returned home transformed, claiming to have glimpsed profound truths about life and destiny. Together, these myths reflect broader themes within Carthaginian maritime culture. They symbolize the sailor's reverence for the sea, acknowledging it as both provider and destroyer. Moreover, these tales highlight the psychological toll of long voyages, where isolation and uncertainty could breed vivid imaginations. For every wave faced, there was a story told, each one weaving together elements of fear, wonder, and resilience. As we delve further into these legends, it becomes clear that sea monsters were more than mere figments of sailors' minds. They represented the very essence of exploration itself. The courage required to face what lies beyond the horizon, and the humility needed when confronted with forces far greater than ourselves. With this understanding, we move next to uncover another layer of Carthage's mysterious past, the forbidden temple shrouded in secrecy and intrigue. Shifting our focus from the maritime legends of sea monsters, we now turn to one of Carthage's most enigmatic landmarks, the Forbidden Temple. This mysterious structure has long been whispered about in both historical texts and local folklore. said to house knowledge so powerful that it was deemed too dangerous for ordinary people to access. But what exactly was this forbidden knowledge, and why did it hold such significance in ancient Carthage? The temple itself is believed to have stood at the heart of the city, a place where only high priests and select members of the elite were permitted entry. According to surviving accounts, it served not only as a center of worship but also as a repository of sacred texts, rituals, and teachings considered too profound, or perhaps too controversial for public consumption. These practices often revolved around the veneration of gods like Baal, Hammon, and Tanit, whose influence permeated every aspect of Carthaginian life. One particularly intriguing theory suggests that the forbidden knowledge may have included advanced astronomical calculations or even secrets about the origins of humanity. Others speculate that it involved dark rites and ceremonies meant to appease wrathful deities, ensuring protection for the city during times of crisis. Whatever its true nature, the existence of this temple underscores the deep spirituality that characterized Carthaginian society, where religion played a central role in governance, trade, and daily life. Examining religious practices in ancient Carthage reveals how intertwined faith and power became within the empire. Priests wielded considerable authority, acting as intermediaries between mortals and the divine while safeguarding the mysteries contained within their temples. For many citizens, these places represented both reverence and fear, a paradoxical blend of awe-inspiring sanctity and ominous secrecy. As we continue unraveling the layers of myth surrounding the Forbidden Temple, it becomes evident that its legacy extends far beyond mere speculation. It serves as a window into the complexities of an ancient civilization whose devotion to its gods shaped everything from architecture to diplomacy. And yet, despite centuries of study, much about this enigmatic site remains shrouded in mystery, an invitation for us to delve deeper into the hidden corners of Carthage's storied past. Moving beyond the mystery of the Forbidden Temple, let us now explore the rich tapestry of religious rituals that defined life in ancient Carthage. These ceremonies were not merely acts of devotion but intricate performances that reinforced the spiritual and social fabric of the civilization. Through primary sources such as inscriptions, artifacts, and accounts from neighboring cultures, historians have pieced together a vivid picture of how these rituals unfolded. One of the most prominent rituals was the offering ceremony dedicated to Baal Hammon, the chief deity of Carthage. During this ritual, priests would ascend the steps of grand temples, carrying elaborate offerings of incense, grain, and precious metals. The air would be filled with the scent of burning myrrh and the rhythmic chants of worshippers, creating an atmosphere both solemn and awe-inspiring. According to surviving inscriptions, participants believed that these offerings secured Baal Hammon's favor, ensuring bountiful harvest and protection for the city. Equally significant were the rites honoring Tanit, the goddess associated with fertility and prosperity. These ceremonies often included processions through the streets of Carthage, where statues of Tanit adorned with flowers and jewels were carried by priestesses. Priests and laypeople alike participated in communal feasts, symbolizing unity under divine guidance. Some scholars suggest that these festivals may have had agricultural significance, marking seasonal transitions and reinforcing the connection between humanity and nature. Another intriguing aspect of Carthaginian rituals was their use of fire and sacrifice. While some modern interpretations sensationalize these practices, historical evidence suggests they were deeply symbolic rather than purely violent. For instance, clay figurines and livestock were commonly offered, representing renewal and gratitude. In rare cases, human sacrifices might have occurred during times of extreme crisis, though this remains a subject of scholarly debate. Visual representations of these rituals can still be found today in mosaics and carvings recovered from archaeological sites. One particularly striking example depicts a high priest raising his arms toward the heavens while flames rise from an altar below, capturing the intensity of the moment. Such imagery provides valuable insight into the theatricality and spiritual depth of Carthaginian worship. Understanding these rituals offers more than just a glimpse into ancient religion. It reveals how faith intertwined with governance, community, and daily existence. As we uncover more about these practices, we gain a richer appreciation for the complexities of Carthaginian culture and its enduring legacy. With each discovery, the story of Carthage grows ever more fascinating, inviting us to ponder the ways in which ancient beliefs continue to resonate across millennia. Shifting our focus from the sacred rituals of Carthage, let us now venture into the mysterious waters surrounding this ancient city and uncover the haunting tale of the Ghost Fleet. This legend has captivated imaginations for centuries, blending real historical naval battles with supernatural elements that continue to intrigue historians and storytellers alike. The myth tells of ghostly ships said to appear off the coast of Carthage during moonlit nights, their spectral forms gliding silently across the waves. These phantom vessels are believed to be remnants of Carthage's once mighty navy, destroyed in the devastating Punic Wars against Rome. According to local folklore, the spirits of fallen sailors and captains who perished in those fierce sea battles refused to rest, forever patrolling the waters they once defended with pride. Historical accounts suggest that Carthage's navy was among the most formidable of its time, renowned for its advanced shipbuilding techniques and strategic prowess. During the height of its power, the Carthaginian fleet dominated the Mediterranean, protecting trade routes and projecting military strength. However, after their defeat in the Third Punic War, many ships were either sunk or captured by Roman forces. It is said that some of these vessels sank so swiftly that no prayers could save them, leading to tales of vengeful ghosts haunting the seas. Interestingly, several eyewitness reports from ancient mariners describe eerie encounters with ghost ships near the ruins of Carthage. Sailors claim to see shadowy figures manning the oars and hear faint sounds of battle cries carried by the wind. Some even reported feeling an unexplainable chill as these phantom ships passed nearby, leaving no trace behind except a lingering sense of unease. While skeptics attribute such stories to natural phenomena like mirages caused by weather conditions or optical illusions at sea, others argue there may be deeper truths hidden within these legends. Modern archaeologists have discovered evidence of sunken ships off the North African coast, suggesting that remnants of Carthage's navy might indeed lie beneath the waves. Could these discoveries lend credence to the Ghost Fleet myth, bridging history and superstition? Exploring this legend offers more than just a thrilling tale. It invites us to reflect on how ancient cultures interpreted loss and memory through the lens of the supernatural. As we delve further into these myths, we uncover layers of human emotion, grief, resilience, and the enduring desire to remember those lost to time. The Ghost Fleet of Carthage serves as a poignant reminder of the city's maritime legacy and the indomitable spirit of its people, echoing through the ages in both fact and fiction. Turning our attention from the haunting tales of the Ghost Fleet, let us now journey into the realm of divine influence and explore the fascinating myths surrounding the twin gods of fate in Carthaginian belief. These deities, often depicted as inseparable siblings, were believed to hold dominion over destiny, weaving the threads of life for every individual and shaping the course of entire civilizations. In Carthaginian mythology, the twin gods of fate were revered as powerful figures who determined the outcomes of both personal endeavors and grand historical events. Their names varied across different regions and eras, but their roles remained consistent. One represented the benevolent aspects of fortune, granting prosperity and success, while the other embodied the harsh realities of misfortune, meting out challenges and trials. Together, they symbolize the duality inherent in human existence, the delicate balance between triumph and adversity. The impact of these twin deities on Carthaginian society was profound. Citizens sought their favor through elaborate rituals and offerings, hoping to sway the capricious forces of fate in their favor. temples dedicated to the twins became centers of communal worship where people gathered to pray for guidance in times of uncertainty or crisis. Farmers sought blessings for bountiful harvests, merchants prayed for safe journeys and profitable trades, and warriors invoked the gods' protection before battle. The presence of the twin gods permeated nearly every aspect of daily life, serving as a reminder that all actions were subject to their ultimate will. Interestingly, the myth of the twin gods also reflected broader cultural values within Carthage. By emphasizing the interconnectedness of good and bad fortune, the story reinforced themes of resilience and adaptability, qualities essential for survival in an ever-changing world. Furthermore, the idea that even the most powerful leaders were subject to the whims of fate served as a humbling reminder of mortality and the limits of human control. Archaeological evidence supports the significance of these deities in Carthaginian spirituality. Inscriptions found on temple walls and artifacts depict the twins alongside other major gods, highlighting their central role in religious practices. Some scholars believe that these myths may have evolved from earlier Near Eastern traditions, adapting to reflect the unique experiences and aspirations of the Carthaginian people. As we delve deeper into these legends, it becomes clear that the twin gods of fate were more than mere symbols. They were embodiments of the hopes, fears, and dreams of an entire civilization. Through their stories, we gain insight not only into ancient beliefs, but also into the timeless struggle to understand and navigate the complexities of life itself. This understanding paves the way for exploring how such myths influenced art, governance, and social structures in Carthage, revealing layers of meaning that continue to resonate today. Shifting our focus from the celestial influences of the twin gods, let us descend into the mysterious underworld of Carthage and uncover the legend of an underground city hidden beneath its ancient streets. This fascinating myth has captured the imagination of historians and archaeologists alike, sparking debates about its origins and validity. According to local lore, beneath the bustling surface of Carthage lies a sprawling subterranean network of chambers, tunnels, and even entire neighborhoods, an unseen world that mirrored the life above. The idea of an underground city is not merely a figment of ancient storytellers' imaginations. Recent archaeological findings have lent surprising credence to this tale. Excavations in certain areas of Carthage have revealed extensive systems of underground passages, some dating back thousands of years. These structures were likely used for various purposes, including storage, refuge during sieges, and possibly as sacred spaces for secret rituals. Some researchers suggest that these underground areas could have been part of a larger, more organized system, a hidden city designed to ensure the survival of its inhabitants in times of crisis. What makes this discovery particularly intriguing is how it aligns with historical accounts describing Carthaginian ingenuity in urban planning and engineering. The Carthaginians were known for their advanced architectural techniques, and the existence of such an elaborate underground infrastructure would be yet another testament to their remarkable capabilities. Moreover, the layout of these underground spaces suggests a deep understanding of geology and hydrology, as many of the tunnels appear to have been engineered to manage water flow, a crucial feature in a region prone to both droughts and floods. Beyond its practical applications, the underground city also carries symbolic significance. In Carthaginian culture, the underworld was often associated with the realm of ancestors and deities, making these subterranean spaces sacred grounds. It's possible that parts of this underground network served as temples or places of worship, connecting the living with the spirits of the past. This dual function, both utilitarian and spiritual, highlights the complexity of Carthaginian society and its ability to integrate practical needs with deeply held beliefs. As modern technology continues to advance, new methods like ground-penetrating radar are helping archaeologists map out previously inaccessible areas beneath Carthage. With each discovery, the myth of the underground city becomes less of a legend and more of a tangible reality, offering fresh insights into the lives of those who once walked, or perhaps lived below, the streets of this ancient metropolis. This exploration not only enriches our understanding of Carthaginian history, but also invites us to ponder the enduring allure of hidden worlds and forgotten civilizations. Venturing now into the realm of battlefield legends, let us explore the myth of Carthage's immortal warriors, a tale that echoes through history with parallels to the famed Spartans of ancient Greece. According to this captivating story, there existed a group of elite soldiers within the Carthaginian ranks who are believed to possess an almost supernatural resilience. These warriors, known for their unwavering courage and tactical brilliance, were said to fight as though death itself had no claim on them. Legends recount how they stood steadfast in battles where lesser men would falter, their strength seemingly unbroken by injury or fatigue. The roots of this myth lie in the unique military culture of Carthage, which emphasized discipline, strategy, and loyalty above all else. Much like the Spartans, whose legendary 300 at Thermopylae became a symbol of valor, Carthage cultivated a warrior ethos that demanded extraordinary dedication from its soldiers. However, while the Spartan model relied heavily on brute force and sheer tenacity, the Carthaginians combined these qualities with cunning and adaptability traits honed by years of engagement across diverse terrains and against varied foes. What makes the myth of the immortal warriors particularly intriguing is its basis in documented accounts of Carthaginian military prowess. Historians note that under generals such as Hannibal, Carthaginian forces often achieved victories against overwhelming odds, using innovative tactics that baffled their enemies. For instance, during the Second Punic War, Hannibal's ability to maintain morale among his troops despite grueling marches and fierce combat has been attributed to both his leadership skills and the deep-rooted belief in their invincibility instilled within his army. Beyond the battlefield, the idea of immortal warriors carries symbolic weight within Carthaginian society. It reflects a broader cultural emphasis on endurance and sacrifice, values central to their identity as a formidable maritime power. Some scholars suggest that rituals performed before major campaigns may have reinforced this perception, imbuing soldiers with a sense of divine protection or even immortality. Whether rooted in psychological warfare or genuine faith, this belief undoubtedly contributed to the Carthaginian reputation for resilience. As we delve deeper into this myth, it becomes clear that the concept of immortal warriors represents more than just a romanticized notion. It encapsulates the essence of what made Carthage such a formidable adversary in antiquity. Their combination of martial skill, strategic ingenuity, and unwavering resolve created a legacy that continues to fascinate historians and enthusiasts alike. This exploration not only sheds light on one of Carthage's most enduring myths, but also invites us to appreciate the complexities of its military traditions and societal values. Building on the legend of Carthage's immortal warriors, let us now uncover the remarkable military tactics that gave these soldiers their edge in battle. Far beyond mere bravery, the Carthaginian armies were masters of strategy, employing innovative techniques that baffled their enemies and ensured victory against overwhelming odds. One of the most celebrated aspects of Carthaginian warfare was their use of terrain to their advantage. Unlike many ancient armies that relied solely on brute force, Carthaginian generals like Hannibal understood the importance of adapting to the environment. For example, during the famous Battle of Trebia in World War II, Hannibal positioned his troops strategically along a riverbank, luring Roman forces into an ambush under freezing conditions. This tactic not only weakened the Romans physically, but also shattered their morale before the main engagement even began. Such clever use of geography became a hallmark of Carthaginian military brilliance. Another key element of their tactical prowess lay in their ability to exploit psychological warfare. By carefully orchestrating feigned retreats or sudden counterattacks, they could manipulate enemy movements and create chaos within opposing ranks. At the Battle of Cannae, Hannibal's double envelopment maneuver is often cited as one of history's greatest tactical achievements. By deliberately weakening his center while strengthening his flanks, he drew the Roman legions forward, only to encircle them completely. The result, a devastating defeat for Rome with over 50,000 casualties, a testament to the genius of Carthaginian tactics. Moreover, the Carthaginians excelled at leveraging diverse units effectively. Their armies typically consisted of a mix of infantry, cavalry, and mercenaries from across the Mediterranean. Rather than viewing this diversity as a liability, they transformed it into strength by assigning roles based on each group's unique capabilities. Numidian horsemen, known for their speed and agility, served as light cavalry to harass enemies and disrupt formations, while heavily armored elephants provided shock value and intimidation. This coordinated approach allowed them to adapt quickly to changing battlefield conditions. To visualize these strategies better, consider how battle maps reveal the intricacies of their tactics. These maps show how Carthaginian forces moved across landscapes, positioning themselves to maximize impact and minimize losses. They highlight decisions such as where to deploy reserves, when to strike decisively, and how to withdraw safely if necessary. Such tools help us appreciate the complexity behind their successes and reinforce the idea that their victories were rarely accidental. In examining these innovative tactics, we gain insight not just into the mechanics of war, but also into the minds of those who led it. The Carthaginians' approach to combat demonstrates a blend of creativity, discipline, and foresight that continues to inspire military thinkers today. As we delve further into their legacy, it becomes evident why their methods remain so fascinating and why their adversaries often found themselves outmaneuvered despite numerical superiority. Turning our attention to one of the most enigmatic aspects of Carthaginian culture, let us explore the myth of the Oracle of Baal. Revered as a source of divine wisdom, this oracle played a crucial role in guiding both leaders and citizens through critical decisions. Unlike other ancient oracles, such as those at Delphi or Dodona, the Oracle of Baal was deeply intertwined with the religious fabric of Carthage, reflecting the city's devotion to its chief deity. According to ancient inscriptions found on steles and temple walls, the Oracle of Baal operated through elaborate rituals conducted by high priests within sacred sanctuaries. These ceremonies often involved offerings, prayers, and the interpretation of signs believed to be sent directly by Baal himself. For example, some accounts describe how priests would study the entrails of sacrificed animals or interpret patterns in smoke rising from altars, believing these phenomena held messages from the god. Such practices were not merely superstition, but rather part of a sophisticated system of divination that influenced everything from military campaigns to civic policies. Archaeological discoveries have shed light on the physical spaces where these consultations took place. Excavations near the Temple of Eshmun, for instance, uncovered artifacts adorned with symbols thought to represent Baal's presence. Among these relics are small clay tablets inscribed with prayers and requests addressed to the oracle, offering glimpses into the concerns of ordinary people seeking guidance during times of uncertainty. The significance of the Oracle of Baal extended beyond mere prophecy. It symbolized the connection between the earthly realm and the divine. Leaders like Hannibal reportedly sought its counsel before embarking on major expeditions, ensuring they had heavenly approval for their ventures. This reliance on spiritual guidance highlights the profound faith Carthaginians placed in their deities and underscores the importance of religion in shaping their society. As we examine these remnants of a lost world, we uncover a culture rich in tradition and reverence for the unseen forces that governed their lives. The myth of the Oracle of Baal invites us to reflect on humanity's enduring quest for answers and reminds us of the powerful role belief systems play in defining civilizations. With this understanding, we can now turn our gaze toward another fascinating aspect of Carthaginian lore, the prophecies attributed to Tanit, goddess of the moon and fertility. Myths 19 and 20 take us deeper into the mystical realm of Carthaginian spirituality, focusing on the prophecies attributed to Tanit, the revered goddess of the moon and fertility. As one of the most important deities in Carthage's pantheon, Tanit was not only a symbol of life and renewal, but also a guiding force in the city's political decisions. Her influence extended far beyond religious rituals, playing a pivotal role in shaping the destinies of leaders and their people. The first prophecy we encounter revolves around a vision said to have been revealed during a lunar eclipse. According to ancient texts, this celestial event was interpreted as a message from Tanit herself, warning against an impending military threat from neighboring powers. In response, the ruling council called for increased fortifications and alliances with nearby city-states. This decision ultimately proved crucial in safeguarding Carthage during a time of great turmoil, demonstrating the tangible impact of divine guidance on practical governance. A second prophecy ties directly to the expansionist policies of Carthage under its greatest generals. It is believed that Tanit foretold the success of campaigns into new territories, encouraging leaders like Hamilcar Barca to pursue bold ventures across North Africa and into Spain. These expansions were seen not just as acts of conquest, but as fulfilling a sacred duty ordained by the goddess. Archaeological evidence supports these accounts, with inscriptions found at key sites referencing victories achieved through Tanit's blessings. Together, these two prophecies reveal how deeply intertwined religion and politics were in Carthaginian society. They highlight the belief that major decisions should align with divine will, ensuring prosperity and protection for the community. By examining these myths, we gain insight into the complex relationship between faith and leadership, uncovering layers of meaning that continue to fascinate historians today. With this understanding, let us now shift our focus to another intriguing aspect of Carthaginian legend, the tale of the lost library of Carthage. Turning our attention to one of the most captivating mysteries surrounding Carthage, we delve into the legend of the lost library. Much like its counterpart in Alexandria, this vast repository of knowledge is said to have housed countless scrolls and manuscripts that chronicled centuries of learning and culture. Yet, unlike the famed library of Alexandria, whose existence is well documented, the Carthaginian library remains shrouded in speculation and doubt. According to some accounts, the library was a hub of intellectual activity, attracting scholars from across the Mediterranean who sought wisdom and enlightenment. It is believed that the collection included works on astronomy, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, and even military strategy, fields where Carthaginians excelled. However, during Rome's final siege of Carthage in the Third Punic War, the city suffered an almost complete annihilation. Many claim that the library met its end alongside the rest of the city, burned to ashes in the relentless fires that consumed everything in their path. But what if the truth lies elsewhere? Some historians argue that portions of the library might have been salvaged before the fall, spirited away by loyalists or scholars desperate to preserve their heritage. Others suggest that parts of the collection could have been absorbed into other libraries, such as those in Egypt or Greece, blending seamlessly with existing archives. This theory gains traction when considering the cultural exchanges that occurred throughout the ancient world, where texts often traveled far beyond their places of origin. Comparing it to the Library of Alexandria reveals striking parallels yet distinct differences. While both institutions served as centers of learning, the Carthaginian library may have placed greater emphasis on practical knowledge tied to trade, navigation, and governance, reflecting the pragmatic nature of its people. Furthermore, whereas Alexandria's library became renowned globally through written records and references, the Carthaginian equivalent seems to have vanished almost without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of its former glory. This enduring enigma invites us to ponder not just the loss of knowledge, but also the fragility of civilization itself. As we explore further, let us consider whether traces of this forgotten treasure might still linger today, waiting patiently for rediscovery. From here, we move on to examine another remarkable aspect of Carthaginian lore, the educational practices that shaped its citizens' minds and futures. Shifting our focus from the legendary lost library of Carthage, let us now explore the fascinating realm of educational practices in this ancient civilization. Just as the library symbolized the preservation of knowledge, the schools of Carthage represented its active dissemination and application among its citizens. These institutions were designed not merely to educate but to prepare individuals for life in a bustling maritime empire. Carthaginian education was deeply pragmatic, reflecting the practical orientation of its society. While Greek and Roman systems often emphasized rhetoric and philosophy, Carthaginian schooling prioritized skills essential for commerce, navigation, and governance. Young learners would begin their studies at an early age, mastering basic numeracy and literacy before progressing to specialized subjects. For instance, trade arithmetic was crucial for merchants who needed to calculate profits and losses, while advanced geometry helped shipbuilders design vessels capable of traversing vast seas. One intriguing aspect of Carthaginian education was its integration of hands-on experience. Students didn't just study theory, they applied what they learned in real-world settings. Imagine young apprentices accompanying seasoned sailors on short voyages or observing negotiations in bustling marketplaces. Such immersive learning fostered both competence and confidence, equipping students with the tools necessary to thrive in Carthage's dynamic environment. In terms of structure, Carthaginian schools likely mirrored those found elsewhere in the Mediterranean, though adapted to local needs. Archaeological evidence suggests that classrooms might have been housed within communal buildings or temples, where teachers imparted knowledge using wax tablets, papyrus scrolls, and perhaps even sand-covered boards for drawing diagrams. Though no physical remnants of these schools survive today, reconstructions based on historical records provide vivid glimpses into how they may have functioned. Interestingly, education in Carthage wasn't confined solely to boys. Evidence indicates that girls also received instruction, albeit in areas considered appropriate for women at the time, such as weaving, household management, and religious rituals. This inclusive approach highlights the importance placed on educating all members of society, ensuring each contributed meaningfully to the collective prosperity. As we delve deeper into the world of Carthaginian education, one cannot help but marvel at the ingenuity and foresight of its people. By blending theoretical knowledge with practical application, they created a system that nurtured capable citizens ready to face the challenges of their era. And so, as we continue our journey through Carthage's rich tapestry of myths and truths, we find ourselves drawn ever closer to understanding the heart of this remarkable civilization. From here, we turn our attention to another captivating legend, the tale of talking statues. Exploring the belief in talking statues, we find ourselves immersed in one of Carthage's most peculiar and enduring myths. Imagine a city where lifeless stone figures were said to come alive, whispering secrets, delivering prophecies, or even engaging in dialogue with their observers. This legend, though fantastical, reveals much about the mystical worldview of ancient Carthaginians and how they intertwined art, religion, and daily life. The idea of statues speaking was not unique to Carthage, but it took on special significance within its walls. Travelers from distant lands often returned home recounting tales of these animated works of art. Some claimed that during moonlit nights, certain temple statues would murmur blessings or warnings to devout worshippers. Others spoke of public monuments whose lips moved when questions were posed to them, offering cryptic answers that required interpretation by priests. Historical accounts provide intriguing glimpses into this phenomenon. Greek historian Diodorus Siculus mentioned an incident involving a statue near the harbor of Carthage. According to his writings, merchants reported hearing faint voices emanating from the figure after presenting offerings. Though skeptics dismissed such stories as exaggerations or misunderstandings, many locals believed wholeheartedly in the statue's ability to communicate divine messages. One possible explanation for this myth lies in the ingenuity of Carthaginian artisans. They might have employed clever mechanisms, hidden speakers, air ducts, or strings to create the illusion of speech. Priests could then exploit these devices to reinforce their authority, convincing followers of the statue's supernatural powers. Such innovations highlight the blend of technology and spirituality that defined Carthaginian culture. Beyond practical explanations, the belief in talking statues reflects deeper psychological truths. In times of uncertainty, people sought reassurance through tangible connections to the gods. Statues became intermediaries between humanity and the divine, bridging the gap between mortal limitations and celestial mysteries. As we unravel this myth, we uncover not just a tale of magic, but also a window into the hopes, fears, and aspirations of an extraordinary civilization. With this understanding, we transition seamlessly into our next exploration, the haunting legends surrounding the final days of Carthage. As we delve into the myths surrounding the final days of Carthage, we encounter two haunting legends that offer chilling insights into the city's inevitable downfall. These tales, steeped in omens and foreboding signs, echo the mystical beliefs we've explored throughout our journey, weaving together themes of prophecy, divine intervention, and human hubris. The first legend tells of a mysterious fire that consumed the temple of Baal, one of Carthage's most sacred sites. According to ancient accounts, this blaze was no ordinary accident, but rather a deliberate act orchestrated by the gods themselves. Witnesses claim to have seen fiery figures ascending from the flames, their forms resembling vengeful spirits sent to herald doom. Priests interpreted this event as a clear warning from the heavens, a sign that Carthage had fallen out of favor with its deities. Despite these dire predictions, the leaders of Carthage dismissed the warnings, choosing instead to focus on military strategies against Rome. This refusal to heed divine signals is often cited as a critical turning point in the city's fate, illustrating the tragic consequences of ignoring spiritual guidance for political gain. The second myth involves a series of eerie occurrences reported in the weeks leading up to Carthage's fall. Citizens spoke of unnatural silence settling over the bustling streets, followed by unexplained tremors that shook the foundations of their homes. Some even claimed to hear faint whispers carried on the wind, urging them to flee before it was too late. Historians suggest these phenomena may have been exaggerated over time, but they nonetheless reflect the pervasive sense of dread that gripped the population during those tumultuous times. These omens were seen as the last attempts by the gods to save the people of Carthage, a desperate cry for repentance that went tragically unheeded. Together, these legends encapsulate the broader narrative of Carthage's decline, a story not just of military defeat but of cultural and spiritual unraveling. They remind us of the intricate connections between belief systems, leadership decisions, and historical outcomes, inviting reflection on how myths shape our understanding of the past. As we conclude our exploration of these strange and fascinating tales, let us remember that every civilization carries within it the seeds of its own destiny, shaped equally by the choices of its people and the mysteries of fate. Transitioning from the ominous omens that foretold Carthage's fall, let us now turn our attention to the rich symbolism embedded in the artifacts recovered from this ancient civilization. These objects, remnants of a once great city, offer fascinating insights into the beliefs and values of its people, particularly during their final days. By examining the intricate designs and motifs etched onto these relics, we can uncover layers of meaning that deepen our understanding of Carthaginian culture. One of the most striking symbols discovered on pottery shards and temple ruins is the crescent moon, often paired with a star. Historians believe this emblem represented Tanit, the goddess of fertility and protector of Carthage. Its prevalence across various artifacts suggests that even in times of despair, the people clung to their faith in divine protection. This symbol also appears alongside depictions of animals such as lions and elephants, which were revered for their strength and courage, qualities likely seen as essential for survival during the siege by Rome. Another intriguing artifact is a series of amulets shaped like hands, believed to ward off evil spirits. Known as the Hand of Tanit, these charms were worn by citizens and soldiers alike, reflecting the widespread belief in supernatural forces influencing daily life. The hand motif was thought to embody both defense and blessing, serving as a tangible reminder of the god's presence amidst chaos. In addition to religious significance, many artifacts reveal practical aspects of Carthaginian society. For instance, coins minted shortly before the city's destruction feature images of grain and olive branches, highlighting agriculture's importance to their economy. These symbols suggest an attempt to preserve hope and prosperity despite impending doom. Such details allow us to piece together not only how they lived but also what mattered most to them at the brink of extinction. As we explore these artifacts further, their symbolic meanings come alive, enriching our visual storytelling of Carthage's tragic end. Each relic tells its own story, connecting past and present through timeless imagery that continues to captivate us today. Cultural legacy of Carthaginian myths transitioning from the intricate symbols and artifacts that shed light on Carthage's final days. Let us now broaden our perspective to examine the enduring legacy of these myths across Mediterranean cultures. The stories and beliefs that defined ancient Carthage did not vanish with its destruction, but instead permeated neighboring societies, influencing art, religion, and even governance for centuries. One of the most notable impacts can be seen in how Carthaginian mythology intertwined with Greek and Roman traditions. For example, while Rome demonized Hannibal as a ruthless enemy, his legendary crossing of the Alps with elephants became an enduring symbol of military ingenuity, a tale retold countless times in Western history. Similarly, Queen Dido's tragic story found new life in Virgil's Aeneid, where she became a complex character embodying love, betrayal, and sacrifice. Her portrayal resonated deeply within Roman literary circles, shaping ideals of heroism and loyalty. Beyond literature, Carthaginian religious practices left lasting imprints on regional customs. The worship of Tanit, for instance, persisted long after Carthage's fall, blending with local deities in North Africa and parts of southern Europe. Archaeological evidence shows altars dedicated to her presence well into the early Christian era, suggesting a gradual syncretism rather than abrupt erasure. This blending highlights how deeply embedded Carthaginian spirituality was in daily life, transcending political boundaries. Moreover, the economic ethos represented by agricultural symbols like grain and olive branches influenced Mediterranean trade networks. Even amidst turmoil, these motifs reinforce the value placed on sustainable living and communal prosperity, an idea that resonated strongly with subsequent civilizations striving to rebuild following periods of conflict. Comparative analysis also reveals parallels between Carthaginian myths and those of other maritime powers such as Phoenicia and Egypt. These shared themes underscore a broader cultural exchange facilitated by seafaring connections. Just as sailors carried goods across seas, they also transported ideas, ensuring that the essence of Carthaginian culture endured far beyond its geographical borders. In this way, the myths of Carthage serve not only as windows into their past, but also as threads connecting diverse cultures throughout history. As we delve deeper into these legacies, we uncover a rich tapestry of mutual influences that continue to shape our understanding of the ancient world today. Each myth carries echoes of collaboration, resistance, and resilience, qualities that remain relevant in modern contexts. With this insight, we move forward to examine the tangible archaeological evidence supporting these fascinating tales. Shifting our focus to the tangible remnants of Carthage's storied past, let us now explore the remarkable archaeological discoveries that bring these myths to life. Through meticulous excavation and analysis, scholars have uncovered a wealth of evidence supporting the strange tales we've discussed, bridging the gap between legend and reality. One of the most compelling finds is the series of stelae discovered at the Tophet, a sacred precinct believed to be central to Carthaginian religious practice. These intricately carved stones depict scenes of offerings and rituals, offering invaluable insights into the spiritual world of ancient Carthage. Some interpretations suggest they may even relate to the controversial practice of child sacrifice, though this remains a topic of heated debate among historians. Expert commentary on these artifacts reveals how deeply intertwined religion was with daily life in Carthage, reinforcing the cultural significance of figures like Tanit. Beyond the Tophet, excavations near modern-day Tunis have unearthed remnants of what could be the legendary underground city rumored beneath Carthage. While the full extent of these subterranean structures remains unclear, their existence hints at sophisticated urban planning and defense systems. The discovery of tunnels leading to key points within the city supports accounts of secret passages used during sieges, lending credibility to tales of hidden resilience. Additionally, marine archaeology has provided fascinating glimpses into Carthaginian seafaring prowess. Shipwrecks recovered from the Mediterranean seabed contain goods traded across vast distances, confirming Carthage's status as a maritime powerhouse. One particularly striking find includes pottery bearing inscriptions that mention sea monsters, possibly corroborating the sailors' tales of monstrous encounters. Photographic documentation of these artifacts adds another layer of authenticity, allowing viewers to witness firsthand the connection between myth and material culture. Experts emphasize how each piece contributes to a larger understanding of Carthaginian society, revealing not just isolated facts but a coherent picture of an advanced civilization whose influence extended far beyond its shores. These discoveries continue to inspire awe and deepen our appreciation for the enduring mysteries of Carthage. As we move forward, these findings will further illuminate the stories we've explored, grounding them in the physical remnants of history itself. Turning our attention to how these ancient tales have resonated through the ages, let's explore how modern creators reinterpret Carthaginian legends in literature, film, and art. These adaptations breathe new life into the myths, allowing contemporary audiences to connect with a civilization that has long since passed into history. From novels to blockbuster movies, the stories of Carthage continue to inspire and captivate. In literature, authors often reimagine Carthaginian figures as complex protagonists navigating political intrigue and moral dilemmas. For instance, a recent historical novel delves into the mind of Hannibal Barca, portraying him not just as a military genius but also as a man torn between duty and personal desires. This layered approach appeals to readers who crave depth beyond the surface-level heroism typically associated with such legendary figures. Filmmakers, too, have embraced the dramatic potential of Carthaginian myths. A critically acclaimed movie set during the Punic Wars uses cutting-edge special effects to bring the clash between Rome and Carthage vividly to life. The film highlights themes of cultural identity and resistance against oppression, drawing parallels to modern struggles for independence. However, some critics argue that Hollywood tends to oversimplify these narratives, reducing them to action-packed spectacles rather than nuanced explorations of history. Artists, meanwhile, find inspiration in the visual symbolism of Carthaginian culture. Paintings and sculptures depict scenes from mythological tales, blending traditional motifs with contemporary aesthetics. One striking example is a series of murals that reinterpret Tanit, the patron goddess of Carthage, as a symbol of feminine power and resilience. Such works invite viewers to reconsider the relevance of ancient deities in today's world. While these adaptations enrich our understanding of Carthaginian myths, they also spark important discussions about authenticity and creative license. How far should artists stray from historical facts? Does artistic interpretation risk distorting the truth? These questions remind us that while myths may evolve over time, their core messages remain timeless. As we examine these modern retellings, we gain fresh perspectives on the enduring legacy of Carthage and its fascinating mythology. Exploring why these myths persist today, we uncover a fascinating interplay of psychological and societal factors that keep the legends of Carthage alive in our collective imagination. At their core, these myths serve as powerful narratives that help humans make sense of the world, bridging gaps between the known and the unknown. Myths about Carthage, with their dramatic tales of heroism, tragedy, and resilience, tap into universal themes that resonate across cultures and generations. They offer a lens through which people can explore complex ideas like identity, morality, and destiny, making them more relatable and memorable. From a psychological perspective, myths fulfill a deep-seated human need for meaning and connection. Stories of Carthaginian gods, warriors, and leaders provide archetypes that reflect our own struggles and aspirations. For instance, the myth of Queen Dido's sacrifice encapsulates themes of love, betrayal, and sacrifice emotions that continue to captivate audiences today. These stories allow individuals to project their hopes and fears onto larger-than-life characters, creating an emotional bond that transcends time. On a societal level, the endurance of Carthaginian myths speaks to humanity's enduring fascination with power dynamics and cultural conflict. The clash between Rome and Carthage serves as a timeless metaphor for the struggle between competing ideologies, empires, or civilizations. Modern societies often draw parallels between ancient conflicts and contemporary issues, using these myths as cautionary tales or sources of inspiration. This adaptability ensures that the myths remain relevant, offering fresh insights into current events while retaining their historical roots. Moreover, the transmission of these myths through oral traditions, literature, and art has played a crucial role in preserving their legacy. Each retelling adds layers of interpretation, allowing the myths to evolve alongside society itself. In this way, they become living documents of human experience, adapting to new contexts while retaining their essence. By examining the reasons behind their persistence, we gain a deeper appreciation for the role of storytelling in shaping our understanding of history and ourselves. Turning our attention to the present, let us reflect on what these ancient Carthaginian myths and beliefs can teach contemporary society. Beyond their captivating narratives, these stories carry profound lessons that resonate with modern challenges and opportunities. First and foremost, the resilience displayed by figures like Hannibal in the face of overwhelming odds offers a powerful reminder of human determination and adaptability. In an era where change is constant, this lesson encourages us to embrace difficulties as chances for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Moreover, the emphasis on community and collective identity in many Carthaginian myths provides valuable insights into how societies thrive through unity and cooperation. Today's increasingly interconnected world demands similar collaboration, whether addressing global issues like climate change or fostering inclusive communities. The myths remind us that individual actions, when aligned with shared goals, can achieve extraordinary results. Another critical takeaway lies in the importance of balancing power and morality. Many tales from Carthage warn against the dangers of unchecked ambition, exemplified by characters who pursue dominance at the expense of ethical principles. This message holds particular relevance in today's political and corporate landscapes, urging leaders to prioritize integrity alongside success. Furthermore, the creative interpretations of natural phenomena found in Carthaginian myths highlight humanity's innate curiosity and desire to understand the unknown. This spirit of inquiry remains vital in scientific discovery and innovation, inspiring us to push boundaries and explore new frontiers. By embracing this mindset, we honor the legacy of those who sought meaning in the mysteries around them. Finally, these myths underscore the enduring power of storytelling itself. They show how narratives shape not only cultures but also individual identities, offering frameworks for navigating life's complexities. As we continue to craft our own stories, we must recognize their potential to inspire, educate, and connect people across differences. In essence, the lessons drawn from Carthaginian beliefs challenge us to think critically about our values, choices, and relationships while drawing strength from timeless wisdom. These reflections serve as a bridge between past and present, enriching our understanding of both history and ourselves. The role of storytelling in history is both profound and pervasive, shaping not only how we remember the past but also how we interpret its significance. Stories have always been humanity's primary tool for making sense of complex events, weaving together facts, emotions, and cultural values into narratives that resonate across generations. In the context of Carthaginian myths, we see how these tales were crafted to explain everything from natural phenomena to societal norms, creating a shared understanding among their people. Yet, it's important to recognize that every story carries biases, whether intentional or unconscious, and reflects the perspectives of those who tell them. For instance, much of what we know about ancient Carthage comes through Roman accounts, which often portrayed the Carthaginians as adversaries. This raises critical questions. How accurate are these portrayals? What details might have been omitted or exaggerated? By examining such discrepancies, we gain a deeper appreciation for the ways in which history can be shaped by narrative choices. Moreover, storytelling doesn't merely preserve the past, it actively influences our present and future actions. The lessons embedded within historical narratives guide decision-making processes, inspire movements, and shape collective identities. Consider how modern nations draw inspiration from ancient civilizations, using stories to foster unity and pride. However, this process also highlights the responsibility of storytellers to present balanced and nuanced accounts, ensuring that history serves as a mirror reflecting truth rather than an echo chamber amplifying misconceptions. As we explore the rich tapestry of Carthaginian myths, let us reflect on the power of storytelling in general. It challenges us to question the sources of our knowledge, examine the lenses through which we view history, and remain open to alternative interpretations. Ultimately, embracing this critical perspective enriches our understanding of both the past and ourselves, reminding us that history is not just a collection of facts, it's a living dialogue shaped by the stories we choose to tell. With this awareness, we become better equipped to navigate the complexities of today's world, informed by the enduring wisdom of those who came before us. To wrap up our journey through the fascinating world of Carthaginian myths, let's take a moment to reflect on some of the most captivating tales we've uncovered. From Queen Dido's dramatic sacrifice and Hannibal's legendary elephants to the mysterious underground city beneath Carthage and the haunting ghost fleet that still roams its coastline, these stories have painted a vivid picture of an ancient civilization steeped in wonder and intrigue. Each myth not only reveals the creativity and imagination of the Carthaginians, but also sheds light on their values, fears, and aspirations. These myths hold more than just entertainment value. They play a crucial role in shaping historical memory. They serve as cultural touchstones that connect us to the past, bridging gaps where written records fall short. Through them, we gain insight into how ancient societies made sense of their world, from natural disasters to political upheavals. Moreover, they remind us of the power of storytelling itself, demonstrating how narratives can endure across millennia, influencing modern perceptions of history. As we conclude this exploration, it is worth considering why these myths continue to captivate audiences today. Whether through their sheer strangeness or their profound resonance with universal human experiences, they offer lessons that remain relevant even in our contemporary era. By reflecting on these stories, we deepen our understanding not only of Carthage but also of ourselves. Before we part ways, I invite you to join me on future adventures into history's mysteries by subscribing to the channel. Share your favorite myth from today's video in the comments below. I'd love to hear which one resonated with you the most. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Together, let's keep uncovering the hidden truths behind the legends that shape our collective memory. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time.